Hello, this is PreIB made easy by IB students to IB students. In this lesson, we will be covering Surds, which is in Chapter 4 in the PreDP math book. If there's something you don't understand, feel free at any point in time to pause the video to look into the notes more carefully or to replay that specific part. So, to differentiate between a surd and a non-surd, the square root of 9 is not a surd because it equals to 3. However, the square root of 3 is a surd because the square root of 3 would be an irrational number. Using this knowledge, we can simplify surds that are quote-unquote too large, such as the square root of 45. And the method to doing this is to break it down into its factors. And the two factors of the square root of 45 are the square root of 9 and the square root of 5. And we know from the factors of square root of 9 and square root of 5 that the square root of 9 is the only one that can be broken down further into 3 times square root of 5. And then for the final answer, we would write that without the multiplication sign. So the answer would be 3 square root of 5. Luckily, multiplying surds is just like multiplying quote-unquote normal numbers, and then simplifying them further. An example of this is root 2 times root 32. You would just multiply them like you would 2 times 32. So root 2 times root 32 is equal to root 64. And after that, you have to simplify it. And the root of 64 is 8. So the answer of root 2 times root 32 is 8. So adding surds is similar to basic algebra, i.e., we can add like terms together. And the same principle is applied for surds. For example, we can't add square root of a plus square root of b, but if it was the square root of a plus the square root of a, then the result will be 2 times the square root of a, as we can see from the problem below. Square root of 3 plus square root of 3 plus 2 root 3 would be equal to 4 root 3. And this is because there's a 1 in front of the 3, which adds up with the 2 to become the 4 at the end. And a similar process is for the subtraction of surds as well. When rationalizing a fractional surd, or more specifically, the denominator, you should aim to remove the surd denominator in order to simplify it. And this can be done by multiplying the denominator and the numerator by the denominator. Since if you multiply root 3 times root 3, the end product is 3. Therefore, from the examples above, we see that multiplying 8 by root 3, the result is 8 root 3, as we did from the examples before.